I had a full scholarship worth $300,000 to one of the most prestigious music schools on the planet, and I left. But why would anyone give that up? Was something wrong with the school? And how do you know if you're staying because you believe in something or because you're afraid to leave? Yes, I shaved my head and I'll show you the brand new look at the very end. But for all of this to make sense, we first have to go to the start. My name's Amir and I love making videos about learning. But way before this channel was around, music was actually my first love. Piano at 4, my first song at 7, 5 instruments by 15, and I didn't just love it. It was basically my entire life. Ever since I was a kid, I was like, music is what I'm gonna go do with my life. I'm gonna go play on stage, I'm gonna go write songs, and so that's what I did. But then...
Breaking news, stay at home. That is the order tonight.
Mystery virus to stay at home.
Just like almost everyone, lockdown was a time of deep introspection for me. Without the noise of the next collab, the next gig, or the next rush, there was just me, and a feeling that I couldn't quite shake. I was still making beats, still producing, still making music as I was, but every time I would open up a project or sit down to write a song, I would just feel nothing. So at first I told myself, okay, maybe it's just pandemic fatigue, you know? Everyone's tired and burnt out. And yes, there was a little bit of that there for sure. But it wasn't just that. My fire wasn't gone per se, it had just moved somewhere new. Music is and will always be my first love, but as I grew, I realized that there were things that I needed to say that didn't fit neatly into a song. Ideas, stories, questions about life and growth, the kinds of things that you can't always fit neatly into a melody. And at the same time, I was also starting to like the producer lifestyle less and less. Always inside, sedentary, late night gigs, constant travel for little pay. It just wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted. So I started making videos. Camera rolling. Let's just try this. And instantly fell in love. Creating felt light and fun again, the way it used to feel when I was a kid. It felt like I was coming back to myself.
I love this so much. Like, I don't care if anyone watches, no one could watch my videos, but I would still be so happy.
But as I'm making these videos, I'm also worried. Music is basically what I've done my entire life. It's not just what I do at this point, it's who I am. And if I let it go, what does that make me? Is it all just going to waste? Then late one night, I see the ad. Berklee College of Music, one of the most prestigious music schools in the world. I actually applied to Berklee back when I was 18 and almost got a huge scholarship. So what would happen if I were to apply again 4 years later? It feels like a sign. Maybe I'm not burnt out. Maybe I just hit a skill ceiling. And if I go all in again and surround myself with the best musicians on the planet, I'll surely love music again, right? Because going to a school famous for burning people out will fix my burnout.
My God, it's Albert Einstein! It's Albert Einstein!
I honestly don't know what I was thinking. My channel was already getting some traction. I was happier than I had been in years. I wasn't planning on going back to school. I applied literally out of curiosity. I just wanted to see what would happen. But then like some weird cosmic joke.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You have been selected to receive a full tuition scholarship to attend.
And I was so proud. I'd worked really hard for this. And I'm just thinking, you know, if 18-year-old Amir were here to see this, he would also be so proud of me too. But once that initial high subsided, I couldn't shake the fact that it didn't sit right. It was the biggest opportunity of my life, right? A full scholarship to this school that I said I wanted ever since I was a teenager. But instead, it felt like I was stepping off this new path that I'd found. One that felt so aligned with who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, just to chase a dream that I wasn't so sure about anymore. But I honestly didn't realize how much I was changing at the time, and so I didn't really tell anyone. To everyone else outside, I just looked like, yeah, this is exactly what he worked for and he accomplished this goal. And that's what I thought too. So I just attributed my discomfort to the easiest thing I could think of.
It's entirely a money-based decision for me, in all honesty.
But once the money issue was solved, suddenly I had no clear reason that I could point to. Just this feeling that I didn't quite know how to name.
But I don't even know what I want. I feel like I'm worrying myself sick.
And so for 3 weeks, I went back and forth deliberating this decision in my head. Spreadsheets, decision matrices, everything that I could to try to make rational sense of this decision. And actually, the more that I thought about it, and the more information that I gathered, and the more people that I talked to, the more that I realized it doesn't actually make sense for me to go. If my goal is to be a creator, which I'm doing right now, why am I going to a school to study music?
It must have meant you just don't want to go.
Yeah. If I did want to go, there wouldn't be this crazy resistance.
Yeah, I mean, don't force it. Cool opportunity, but don't force it.
But when people believe in you this much, changing your mind feels like betrayal. My original decision was not to go, and so I told the important people in my life, hey, I'm actually not going to be going to Berklee. Despite this huge opportunity, it still doesn't align with my goals. I just announced my final decision to my mom. I told her that I won't be going to Berklee. At first it was, what? It was shock. She's currently processing it right now. But the moment I told them, I felt so guilty. After all, these people have supported me my entire life. They paid for my piano lessons, showed up to my earliest recitals. They helped me chase this dream that I said I wanted since I was a teenager. And so to say no to it now feels like I'm letting them all down. And that guilt clouded my judgment. I need to make a decision, and I can't keep deliberating anymore. I feel so much resistance. It's like there's a magnetic repulsion, but I think that's how I know I have to make it. I think I've made up my mind. I'm gonna commit to it, and I'm gonna see where this takes me. But the second I got there, I knew I'd made a mistake. What the hell am I doing back in school?
This is so funny because, like, this is your first day, and you're like this already.
I don't want to be here. But I told myself, you know what? Give it a real shot first. Maybe if I keep my head down, it'll start to feel right over time. So I played the game. I got onto the dean's list, I won this other award, and I even got accepted into Berklee's most competitive major, music production and engineering. And to tell you the truth, it was easy. Not because I'm some genius, I'm definitely not, but because most of what Berklee was teaching me, I had already been living. And the things that were new had nothing to do with my goals of being a creator, like the loading behavior of 1970s preamps, air absorption coefficients at 68 degrees Fahrenheit, visual arts movements from the Florentine Renaissance. So yeah, 3 whole semesters had passed, and I still felt the same, like I was just doing busy work, checking boxes for the sake of checking boxes. But that's not what my family saw. All they saw was, he's on the dean's list, he's getting straight A's, he made it into this competitive program, he's doing so amazing, let's post it all over Facebook. And when I see that, I'm just thinking, everyone's so happy for me. They're all so proud. I must be doing something right. I don't know what I'm doing here. Now, to be clear, Berklee is not a bad school. Some of the practical classes like mix techniques and private instruction really helped me. And there are people there who are way more talented than me, and they're learning. So I'm definitely not too good for it. I just wasn't in the right place for it anymore. And interestingly enough, I wasn't the only one who noticed. I had friends at Berklee who I had known for years before attending, and when I saw them on campus, they all said the same thing.
I love Berklee. It taught me everything I know. You coming in did surprise me a bit because I was like, oh, okay, let's see how this goes. I've never met anyone at the level that you were at coming into Berklee. Everyone I knew was like just like me who didn't know anything.
Okay, I think you're gassing me up a lot here.
No. For the level and expertise that you were at, I didn't think you necessarily needed it. I gassed you up now and I gassed you up back then, like of how independent and how successful I already thought you were.
I bet by next year, you'll be back in Vancouver and you'll open up a school.
So you're predicting that I'm gonna drop out?
Oh, absolutely.
But I told myself, hey, maybe it's just part of the process. I mean, it's Berklee, dude. A full scholarship to your dream school, it'll click eventually. So I kept going. But while I was busy chasing grades, the things that mattered most to me were gathering dust. So I made a deal with myself. If I'm gonna be here with this incredible opportunity and this unique advantage, I might as well make the most of it. This is a day in my life at Berklee College. That's it for classes on campus today. We actually do have one more class. Berklee isn't an easy school to afford. If you're anything like me, is Berklee worth it? How hard is it to get into Berklee? How are the dorms? Classes are done for the day. I'm gonna go got the on-campus house and they're always so beautiful, new, modern. These videos were so fun to make. Honestly, it was kind of nice being known as the YouTube guy on campus. And for a moment, it felt like maybe I could do both. Classes during the day, videos at night, sleep, somewhere in between, but it was getting harder and harder to keep up. I'm starting to get so tired. This is so tiring to keep doing every single day. I'm losing it. I don't know. I had this one class, and in order to pass it, I had to attend these studio sessions from 2 to 4 a.m. every single week. One night, while on my way home from the studio at 4:30 a.m., I was so delirious that I nearly fell off my scooter. Now, luckily, I didn't injure myself, because a few days later, and that right there, y'all, is my first video to hit 1 million. And the best part was, it wasn't even a Berklee video. It was just me telling an honest story from my life that I cared about. And even though I hadn't made a single dollar from YouTube yet, it was literally just a hobby, it felt like proof that what I loved could resonate. And not long after, Creator Camp, a retreat for emerging creators? Sounds cool, but I'd have to miss class. And it's in Oregon? That's so far. Next time. Screw it. I had no idea what I was walking into. All I knew was this definitely wasn't school.
But I believe egg can save the world!
For the first time in months, I felt like I was back on track, surrounded by fellow creators, entrepreneurs, dropouts, dreamers, all with thriving careers. It reminded me of what's possible and why I love this so much. This is so beautiful. You know, it feels so good to be back out in nature. When I brought up my goals or how I felt about school, I didn't have to explain myself. They just understood. And for the first time in a long time, the world made sense again. I nearly cried in my conversation with Amal today, just because I think it's really hitting me and I'm realizing that how much I fucking hate it. I legitimately just feel miserable being in school because it is so far out of what it is that I want to do. I feel like I'm in a job that I hate, which is so funny because, you know, it's music, it's whatever. But my heart's not in it, and it took going to a music school, the world's best music school, to realize that I don't want to fucking do this. Now, I'd love to say that I left after this, that I finally trusted my gut. But I didn't. I couldn't, because what would I even tell people? Hey everyone, I threw away a $300,000 scholarship to one of the world's top music schools because of feelings? Yeah, no thanks. At least Berklee was predictable. I knew what tomorrow would look like. Stepping away meant walking into the unknown. It meant admitting that the thing I'd spent my whole life chasing wasn't mine anymore. And most of all, it meant disappointing the people who believed in me most. So I kept going and told myself, it's just a few more years. It's easy work anyways. You're excelling. You have nothing to complain about. Just check the boxes. You're fine. It's just a few more years. It's easy work. Toughen up. Be grateful. You're at your dream school. If you quit, everyone's gonna think you couldn't handle your dream school. And what's worse is that I kept pretending to love it. I kept making videos that only showed the great parts, but never the stress or burnout, because I thought that maybe if I just focus on the best parts, maybe I'd start to see it that way too. But the truth was, I was exhausted. I was barely sleeping, I gained 10 pounds, I was crying on a regular basis for no reason, my eczema exploded from the stress, and every time I tried to tell my family that I wasn't okay, I didn't know how to bring it up. For all they know, this is still my dream. But what if it's not my dream anymore? Then why am I still chasing it? And more importantly, whose is it? At the end of the day, I'm realizing I'm living out her dream. That's what it is. I'm not living my... It's not my dream school, it's her dreams. It's not my dream. school. My dream isn't to be in the school.
Yeah, you don't have a dream of school. You have to feel this. I hear you. Maybe you can say that you gave it a shot, and now that you've given it a shot, you can.
I can honestly let it go. I know now, and I know moving forward to trust my gut. If I know that something isn't right for me, then I should not allow anyone to convince me to do it. But once again, I mean, I don't want to cast any blame. It was my choice. It was my choice to come here. But if I know to trust myself. And trusting myself meant I was done pretending. I have had enough. I cannot do this school shit anymore, and I'm so tired of pretending that I like it. Honestly, it is the worst decision I ever made in my life. It really is, because I knew what I wanted before going. I knew that I didn't want to go back to school. I knew, but still I decided to do it. Why? Pressure, you know? I wanted to make my family happy, and so I let their desires for me cloud my judgment instead of trusting what I knew from the get-go. I knew what I wanted, and I should have trusted myself more to do it. I can't do this anymore. I'm going to start working my way out of this. I've had enough. I can't do it anymore. I'm leaving, dropping out. For real. I can't do this anymore. But as unhappy as I was at school, a lot of good still came from it.
1, 2, 3, bye-bye, me.
Bye-bye.
I feel more like myself than I have in years. Not because everything's easy, but because everything feels aligned again. I know what I'm building, I know who I am, and I'm learning to bet on myself again. Now, this doesn't mean that leaving school magically fixed my life and solved all of my problems. If anything, it's harder because there's no map to follow. But I'm okay with that. I choose this discomfort. Because being yourself costs comfort. Not being yourself costs everything. Thank you so much for watching this video. There are a lot of things happening with this channel and its future that I would love to share with you guys. Now that I'm a 2-time college dropout, yes, this is the 2nd time, more on that later. One of the clearest lines I can trace through every chapter of my life is this concept of self-directed learning. All the skills that matter most to me, whether it's making videos or first learning how to produce, I primarily learned by teaching myself. Even with my videos about learning languages, whether it was surprising my mom or learning French poorly. I did so by self-educating myself and seeking out mentors. And as I reflect on this new chapter that I want to move in, I want to lean into that more. And so I'm introducing this concept of sovereign learning, the self-directed pursuit of mastery beyond the classroom, enhanced by technology, sharpened by others, and continuously proven in the real world. I'm gonna be making more videos about this concept. I'm gonna be sharing the things that help me learn things quickly. You'll be seeing more learning challenges. I'm currently working on a math one right now. It's gonna be really fun. But yeah, if you're into that sort of thing or into learning, subscribe below, follow along. It's gonna be a fun time. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys more than words can describe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.